First, the bad news. SAP Business AI won't generate amusing holiday cards, but it will personalize career paths for your people and let you know which suppliers are best, so you can be ready for the next opportunity. Revolutionary technology, real-world results. That's SAP Business AI.
Welcome to the Instagram Stories Flash Briefing. Let's get right into the news. First, there was an article on thehill.com, Instagram to block anti-vaccine hashtags amid misinformation crackdown. Essentially, Facebook 3 weeks ago unveiled plans to combat anti-vaccine content, and they pledged that they would no longer promote anti-vaccine posts on Instagram search and explore features. Now, an Instagram spokesman made a statement on Thursday evening. As part of our work to address health-related misinformation on Instagram, we're looking at ways to minimize recommendations of this content and accounts that post it across Instagram, including suggested for you, explore, and hashtags. The spokesperson said the platform's planned short-term measures will include blocking hashtags associated with, quote, known health-related misinformation, including hashtag vaccines cause autism, hashtag vaccines are poison, and hashtag vaccines cause IDS. Now, as of Thursday evening, those hashtags had not yet been blocked, but I just searched and I cannot see any posts for those hashtags. But variations on those hashtags continue to work, so this may not be 100% effective. For instance, when I searched vaccines are poison, I didn't find anything. But when I searched vaccines are poison, it suggested vaccines are poisoned. So I guess there's still some work to be done in that area. Now here's how this should work. When users click on a blocked Instagram hashtag, they are taken to a page without any results. That hashtag will also not show up in searches. The Instagram spokesperson said, "We noted that this process would take place over several weeks, but as we take action in the short term, we know that fighting misinformation is a long-term commitment." Next up in Instagram news, there was an article on Eater.com. Instagram Mastermind creates fake influencer account that racks up free meals. This is an impressive, algorithm-filled grift. A Manhattan-based data scientist essentially created a bot that runs a successful Manhattan-themed Instagram account entirely on its own and also automatically solicits meals from restaurants in exchange for posts. Now this bot-run account in question, it's beautiful.newyorkcity. Beautiful.newyorkcity, all spelled out, has shared over 600 photos of cityscapes, all reposted from other accounts with credit given, as well as 6 sponsored posts promoting restaurants in Brooklyn and Manhattan. Now, the man who created this bot says he was inspired by some other meme-stealing Instagram accounts. This creator/hacker wrote a manifesto explaining how he did everything. It's essentially a robot that operates like a human, but the average viewer can't tell the difference, he said in this manifesto. Here's what he did, and this is pretty cool. He drew up a list of 50 Instagram accounts that posted quality pictures of New York City. He then created an algorithm to weed out the bad photos and select the good ones based on a variety of factors, including ratio of likes to followers. He then wrote a script that randomly applied generic comments like, "Who can name this spot?" and "You haven't lived until you've died in New York," and gave photo credits and specific hashtags based in New York City to these pictures. Once he figured out how to simulate a seemingly authentic repost, he wrote a script that shared these photos on Instagram during peak user times and another program that helped his dummy account generate followers. Throughout the day, he said, "My account methodically follows, unfollows, and likes relevant users and photos in order to have the same be done back to me," he notes. Once the page was up and running, he was getting 100 to 500 followers a day. This story is fascinating. I don't want to make this flash briefing too long, but definitely look into this article because it is absolutely super, super interesting. Now, I just want to mention one quick other story, which is that Courtney Cox recreated something from her Friends days on her Instagram page, and it has way more likes than any other post on her page, showing that the nostalgia factor is very key in attracting comments and likes. Thanks for listening to this flash briefing. You can find me on Instagram at Daniel Hill Media. Send me your questions, comments. If you want to be featured on a question of the day, Send me a voice memo using the direct message feature on Instagram, and I'll be playing it on the show. Thanks for listening.